Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Susan. Thank you so much for clicking this video. In today's tutorial, I will be creating the halter neck that you're looking at on the screen. To get started, I have my bodies here. I have both front and back. Alright, so we'll be starting from the front. The first thing I'm going to do to this front block is to create the Basque effect on the dress. To do this, I'm going to mark 4 inches below the waistline. You can use 3 or 4 inches. Here I'm going to use 4 inches. Mark it down from the waistline like so. Okay, then I'm going to connect it to like 2 inches below the hip line. You can actually use 1 inch, but here I'm going to mark 2 inches. Then I'm going to connect a diagonal line. Alright, so now I want to work on the neck. I'm going to mark 2 inches down from this shoulder point, 2 inches, then I'm going to connect it to the armhole. Alright, so I have it. Now I'm going to work on the back neckline also. Before the neckline, let's work on the length. So from the waist here at the side, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. Then I'm going to rule a straight line connecting to the center back. Okay, for the line to be straight, I'm going to take 4 here, then I'll connect the points together. To shape the back neck area, you can be creative about it, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure the front from the 2 inches from the shoulder point. I'll measure it straight to the center front. Whatever I have, I'm going to take it also from the center back. I'll measure it. That I have 2 1/4, then I'll connect it to the armhole. So the next thing I want to do now is to place the front and back together. I'll place them together at the shoulders. I'm going to fold this front block on the shoulder line, then match it up with the back shoulder and mask it down. I'm done masking it down. So now what I want to do, I'm going to use a red marker. I'm going to mark about 3/4 of an inch round the neck area. Looking at the picture, is not more than 3/4 of an inch. You can use half an inch, it depends on you. So I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch round the neck. I'm going to connect the points. I'm going to take another pattern paper and place it underneath. Now I have a small paper here, but I'm looking for the straight part. Alright, this place is straight enough. So I'm going to place it under. I'll make sure the straight part, the front is touching the straight part. The front, the center front, I'm going to place it straight like so. Then I'm going to use my tracing wheel to trace it out. I'm going to use my marker pen to trace out the markings I have. I want to even out the length, 3/4 of an inch. So I'll just use my tape rule, I'll move it around. So I'll make sure the length is 3/4 of an inch. Here I have another pattern paper attached here. I want to extend the back neck area for my zipper allowance. So I'm going to extend it by 1.5 inch. Before I cut, I'm going to label the front area because I don't want to mismatch it when I place it on my fabric. The front area is going to be placed on fold on the fabric. Back to the main block, I'm going to take my neckband, I'm going to place it like this. I want to trace the armhole curve from the neck area. It's going to help when I'm stitching it. I'll just place it like this, then take my tracing wheel. I'm going to trace it here, the armhole curve on the neck area. Just trace it. This is the front part. I'll do the same to the back. Then I'll use my marker pen to trace it out. To the main block, I'm going to remove the masking tape from the shoulder, then cut the front and the back out. Here I have it cut out. I have the neckband, here is the back, and here is the front. To avoid gaping at the armhole area, we need to adjust it. So I'm going to start from the back. I'm going to measure the armhole. I'll measure it, this area, I'll measure it, then divide it by 3. I'm going to mark the 1/3 of the measurement, then connect a line touching the center back. Straight to the center back, then I'm going to mark 1/2 inch above the line. I'm going to cut this line very close to the edge. Pivot it up, touching the 1/2 inch line, then mask it down. I'm going to place another pattern paper underneath so I can reshape the armhole. Here it is. I'm going to mask it down, then reshape it. The next thing now is to cut the new shape out. Now moving to the front, I'm going to divide the armhole by 3 also, then I'll put a mark on the 1/3 of it. I want to tighten the armhole by 3/4 of an inch. So on this line, I'm going to mark 3/8 of an inch on each side of the line. Adding it together will make 3/4 of an inch. Here I have a new dart. I want to connect it to the side dart here. I'm going to slash this side dart. I'm going to slash it open, then the new dart that we have on the armhole, I'll close it, thereby transferring it to the side. I'm placing another pattern paper under the opening of the side dart, then mask it down. I'm going to reshape the armhole using the curvy part of my ruler, then I'm going to cut the excess pattern paper off. Here I have all my patterns ready to be placed on fabric. I have it cut out on my fabric. Here is the neckband. This is cut on fold and I cut 2 pieces. Alright, I added my seam allowance, half here and half at the bottom also. Then this is the front. I added half here on the armhole side, neck half. Then this is the side 1.5 inch. Then the bottom also I added 1/2 inch. Then I cut 2 pieces. That is the lining and the main fabric. Then this is the back. I added 1.5 here. Then this is the side back 1.5 and half. Then half here also I cut 2 pieces for the main fabric and 2 pieces for the lining. So what I want to do now is to stitch all the necessary darts on the front and the back. I'm done stitching the darts on the main fabric and the lining, both front and back. So what I want to do now is I'm going to place the right side facing right side. We want to stitch the armhole area. Right side facing right side. Then I'm going to stitch on 1/2 inch. And I'm going to snip then I'll understitch on the lining. I'll do it on the two panels, the back, then the front also. I'll stitch the armhole, snip, and understitch. I'm done stitching. Here I have it. This is the back, okay, and I have the front here also. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it up at the side. I'm going to place the back also, right side facing right side at the side, like this. I'm going to match it up, then I'm going to stitch on the seam allowance, like so. Like so, I'm going to do the same to the other side. I'm going to place the back on it, right side facing right side, then I'm going to stitch on the seam allowance. I'm done stitching and I went ahead and iron open. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip the lining over like so. Then on the zipper side, I'm going to stitch on 1/4 of an inch. Just place it like so, stitch on 1/4 of an inch, then I'll do the same to this other side also. I'm done stitching the zipper side. I'm going to turn it. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my stitch to hold both the lining and the main fabric. I'll just stitch it together here on the hem, then the neck area also stitch the lining and the main fabric together just to hold it in place. Alright, so I'm done stitching down and I stitch the neck area. Also, I'm going to measure the hem now. Whatever measurement I have there, I'm going to multiply by 3. That will be the width of the fabric I want to cut for the gathers. Then for the length of the bodice I have here is 25 and the length of the dress I want to make is 44. So I'm going to minus 25 from 44, so I have 19 inches. Then to join the gathers to the bodice is going to be half an inch. Then the hem of the gather is going to be 1 inch. That means 1.5. I'm going to add 1.5 into the length of the fabric I want to cut. Total 20.5 inch. It will be the length of the fabric that I want to cut for the gathers. Okay, here I have it cut out. The bottom, the measurement I have here at the bottom is 42. So my fabric is 42 times 3. It was not enough, so I had to join it here. So I have enough fabric to have 42 times 3. Then the length of the fabric I have here is 20.5. So what I'm going to do now, here I'm going to run basic stitch at this edge. I'm going to run it twice so that it will be strong enough. Then I'm going to pull it to 42 inches I have here. Here I have it gathered to 42 inches. I'm going to turn it to the right side. Then I'm going to place the upper part right side facing right side. Then I'm going to stitch them together by half an inch. Alright, so here I have a stitch down. I stitch on half an inch. Then this center front I cut a little so it will lay flat. Alright, so here I have my strap here. I place small cut here on this line so it will differentiate the main, the one I'm attaching to the body is the back, the front, and the strap. Alright, so I have the back here, then this is the strap, then I also have the front. I'm going to remove my pattern paper from it. I'm going to turn it right side facing right side. The next thing I want to do now is to stitch this upper part. This upper part I'm going to stitch by half an inch, then snip and understitch. I'm done stitching and I went ahead and understitch. You can reduce the seam allowance so that it will not be bulky. Alright, so now I'm going to fold this neck band. Please pay attention to what I'm about to do. I'm going to place my pattern now. This is the neck pattern. I'm going to place it. Remember, we notch here to differentiate the front neckline. Okay, I notch here, and from this space, alright, to this space is the strap. I notch here also, and the remaining I have is for the back. Okay, when I open it, the front is the widest part. Okay, this is the front area. From here is the front, then I have the strap, then the back, then this side also I have the strap, then the back. Okay, that is what the notching is for. So now this part of the strap, I'm going to turn it this way, right side facing right side. I'm going to stitch on half an inch from the notch area to the other notch area, half an inch like this. Then I'll do the same to this other side, from this notch area to the other notch area, half an inch, I'll stitch, then I'll be back. I'm done stitching the strap area. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut it very close to the seam. I'm going to cut it like so, very close on the half an inch. All right, I'm going to do the same here also. Then I'll do the same here also. I'm going to turn it inside out. I have it on. This is the front, this is a strap, and here is a strap also. So this zipper side, I'm going to turn the right side facing right side. Then I'm going to stitch on 1/4 of an inch, and I'll do the same to the other side also. I'm done stitching. So the next thing now is to take it to my ironing table and give it a good press. Alright, so then after giving it a good press, I'm going to take my main body now. Want to attach the strap. So here, the neck area, starting from the back, the center back. I'm going to place it right side facing right side like this. This is the right side facing right side. Then I'm going to stitch on half an inch. Then the front also, right side facing right side, stitch on half an inch. Then I'll do the same to this other part of the back also, right side facing right side, then stitch on half an inch. I'm done stitching. This is the right side. Okay, now moving here, what I'm going to do now to finish it, I'm going to push the seam allowance inward like this. Just pay attention. I'm going to push it inward, then place this on it. I'll roll it inward by half an inch. Then I can either tack it or turn it this way on my machine, then stitch in between here so that the stitch will be invisible. I hope you can see this. All right, this is what I'm saying. I'm going to push the seam allowance inward like so, then place this, turn it half an inch inward, tack it or take it to my sewing machine and stitch like this on the seam allowance so it will be invisible. I'll do it to the other side. Then afterward, I'm going to place the zipper side together like this, right side facing right side. I'm going to leave the zip opening at the top. Then from here, I'm going to stitch down on my seam allowance. Then I'll fix the zipper. Then this hem, I'm going to roll it twice on half an inch. Then afterward, I'm going to place it on my dress form for you to see. And here it is looking nice. This is the front. I'm also going to show you the back, even though I could not zip up because the dress is not the size of the dress form. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please don't forget to support me by subscribing, give it a thumbs up. You can also hit notification bell so as to get notified when I upload new videos. Till I come your way again, bye for now. Bye.